Doing Ironman in Stalker Gamma might seem to be a little too hard, but in this series of videos I'll try to share my knowledge about the game, which hopefully help you to beat Ironman. First things first, a huge part of the game is decided in main menu. There is 9 factions to choose from, but I can recommend only 3 of them: Loners, Clear Sky, and Ecologists. Loners are a very well-rounded faction. You don't have too many enemies and a lot of friends, meaning you will have a very smooth progression. Out of those 3 factions, I like Loners the most, since you can farm mercenaries for a good gear. Clear Sky has the same benefits as Loners, but the main difference is that they are friends with mercenaries. Lastly, Ecologists have the most amount of friendly factions in Gamma, meaning you only have to worry about mutants. You can still get a very good gear when playing them, by doing lost signal missions. Generally, I would recommend accepting them in wild territory, because that area is small, so you can easily complete those tasks. As for your loadout, I recommend taking any SMG you can, especially Thompson, with the best possible armor and respirator. You can spend remaining points for whatever you want. Personally, I like to take some caffeine, sleeping pills, Yajulin, and medkits. Best spawn locations in my opinion are Rostock and Rookie Village. If you play Ecologists, then Yentar. Before everything else, I suggest you to change artifact settings if you are playing Gamma version 0.9.3, because Grok, the developer of Gamma, made farming them a bit too tedious. These settings don't affect Invicta's achievement, so don't worry about using them. I saw them from Venoxium's stream, and Venoxium said that those settings were originally made by Cheeky Breaky. Anyway, what you should be doing early game. Loot every building you can. Sometimes you can find very valuable items just laying around. Make sure to have HP ammo for mutants. Butcher in Garbage sells it a lot cheaper than anywhere else, so buy as much as you can. He also sells Hunter's Kit. Hunter's Kit will increase the amount of mutant parts you'll be getting after killing mutants. Also, you don't have to equip it to get its properties. Avoid any fights that you think you're not going to win. Don't risk your life unless your board outweighs the risk. Get as many artifacts as possible. I also recommend to avoid some anomaly fields like chemical ones, because they literally melt you. Only after getting, let's say, Ecology Suit, those places become somewhat accessible. Artifacts will be essential in the future. They are the key to Ironman or Invictus. Also, please don't give them to stalkers if they are asking for them. You will probably need every single one you will find. Until you will get a decent gear, I advise you to stick to locations like Cardon, Garbage, and Rostock. Only go to places like army warehouses, Edgar Farm, and Truck Cemetery when you will get yellow stashes in those areas. As for wild territory, I don't recommend going to this place because it's almost required for you to get a weapon with a scope to get past the mercenaries' sniper camp, which you will most likely not have in early game. Regularly check taskboard on your PTA to see if there is any tasks that you can do. Additionally, I recommend you to not accept tasks in these places: Truck Cemetery, Army Warehouses, Wild Territory, unless you're in Clear Sky or Ecologist, Dead City, Yentar, Dark Valley, Darkscape, Great Swamps, Agroprom, and Meadow. From my experience, those places can have really dangerous enemies early on, which can kill you very easily. Without good gear, you are essentially taking huge risks. As I mentioned earlier, those places are worth going to only if you have a yellow stash coordinates. If you're playing as a loner, you can get a fanatic as your companion. Simply go talk to him, kill boars, and then don't do his artifact quest. And just like that, he's your companion. Keep in mind that even though Cardon and Garbage are pretty safe locations overall, you can still come across dangerous enemies, like military and mercenaries from time to time. Obviously, don't go out during nighttime. You can get yourself killed very easily, even with flashlight. Despite sleeping pills being so expensive, It is much better to simply buy them and sleep during the night than pushing your luck by exploring in darkness. Your primary goal for early game would be to complete as many tasks as possible to get yellow stashes, from which you can find toolkits. Alongside toolkits, you have a chance to find drug making kit and gunsmithing tools. Both drug making kit and gunsmithing tools are very useful. With first one, you can make your own medicine, which quite often is a lot cheaper than buying it directly from local doctors, except for Sakharov in Yantar, who sells meds a lot cheaper than anywhere else. Gunsmithing tools instead will allow you to create your own ammo. To put into perspective, in my runs probably a third of the ammo I used were made by disassembling ammo that I didn't need and crafting those that I do actually need using gunsmithing tools. When you will get your basic tools, you'll be able to repair light gas masks. They will definitely have a better radiation resistance than a respirator by a large margin, so fix them as soon as you can. As for the guns that you can repair with basic tools, I recommend ADAR, SKS, Mosin, and Kar 98. All of those guns have good accuracy, allow scopes, and rounds that they are firing are deadly enough to kill any enemies early game with ease, especially Mosin and Kar 98. In my opinion, SMGs are the best mutant killing weapons in Stalker Gamma. Low recoil, easy to use, high accuracy, and good damage is what makes them so good. I would not recommend pump shotguns unless you consider yourself very accurate. From my experience, when I missed a couple shots when using shotguns, I died shortly after. Don't bother trying to repair light armors that you'll find early game, because they will most likely be somewhat similar to yours. Well, I hope this amount of information should help you in the beginning of your Ironman runs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!